Had Hogan changed at all, you know, personally, professionally, since the years earlier where you worked with him?
You know what? I can't really say. No, he hadn't changed because he was always really good to me, and our matches were always real easy. It wasn't wasn't pulling teeth. He wouldn't, so no, he didn't change towards me.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Hogan Knows Best?
I've seen a little bit of it.
What do you think?
My opinion, I think, is bad for him.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and I'll give you a good example. One of the things that exposes him is as an old man. He walks around old, looks old, talks old,
right.
Talks all about his bad points. Then, they were in Memphis just a month ago.
Yep.
And here it is. They were on every radio station, every live television station, everything. He was talking about how now he's got a new viewing audience from VH1, Hogan Knows Best, and they barely did 2,000 people in a 25,000 seat arena.
Yeah, it's been the talk of business for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
It was really horrible, but they picked. I think what they should have done is stuck what they were supposed to have done, and that was work the angle, which is not really an angle, but it was supposed to have been the last wrestling show at the Mid-South Coliseum, and they would have pulled in some of the people at the place they went to. It cost $10 to park.
Wow.
And then it was so much to get in, and it wasn't well done. They did really no promotional stuff till the day or a few days before the show.
Did they contact you at all to do anything on the show?
They asked me about it. I told them I wasn't interested unless I was main event.
Yeah. And
then at the Coliseum, and then then they moved it to the Forum, FedEx Forum, and of course Vince said anybody who works for that show will never work for me, and that's where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wasn't interested.
Now, back to WCW, were you surprised that, some people think they gave away a lot of money by putting so many of those matches you had with Hogan on free TV rather than saving it for pay-per-view?
In WCW?
Yes.
You know what? This is I don't really believe that because we never had a singles match, or if we did, it was always...
You did on Nitro a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about that is, I don't believe that, first of all, I wasn't in an angle with him when I was doing those matches. I was shooting for the big deal with Goldberg.
Right.
But now when me and Hogan shot our first angle, it was down in Miami when I turned on him, and we were scheduled to come back in the pay-per-view at Daytona. Was the first time they ever had like a $300,000 advance.
Wow. Now,
they pulled me out of that, put Jeff Jarrett in there. Now, that goes to show that it didn't hurt. We would have sold that place out.
Right.
And really very little issue.
Yeah.
And that's something, too. There's several people in this business that I'm almost automatically going to draw money with, and he's one of them, or used to be.
Yeah, you guys had some real good chemistry together.
Yeah. And it's because we both were able to give. He was always doing for me. His style is real easy. It's like doing a Three Stooges gig. That's what he calls it. When he does his face,
Yeah.
That's his comeback, and it's real simple, and the people buy it.